All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you can hear us, this is me, Dave. This is Dan, Brandon, and Nick from Lynn is Blue podcast.
What's up?
Our live video is not updating. All right, it's updating now. So don't worry about that. That's a little behind. We're here live at the Copthorne Hotel, I believe it's called.
That's correct. Not the Millennium.
Not the Millennium Hotel, not to be confused by it, which is right next door. And it's not the La Reserve, which is also around here.
It is.
Have you stayed at the La Reserve before?
No.
We have. It's a horror
Would not
story.
recommend.
No, not at all.
Not 5 stars.
Oh, that's
Don't trust the reviews.
Yep.
The Copthorne Hotel is... All right, Ram is first one to join. Welcome. Aren't you supposed to be working?
What time is it?
The Minions, right?
Yeah.
Is that what she said?
So we're here about 40 minutes since Chelsea beat Newcastle 3-1. My pregame prediction of Eden Hazard almost scoring a hat-trick almost came true. Scoring a hat-trick almost came true. Goals from Hazard, Morata, and Hazard again. And 1 goal from Dwight Gale, was
Yeah.
it? It's kind of tough to tell in the stadium. We're going to be here for about 15-20 minutes to talk about our impressions of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Watching it live, we sat in 2 different areas of the stadium. These guys were in the West Upper, which gives you a really nice overview of the tactical side of things if you're watching, and I was in the Matthew Harding Lower, which gives you 0 overview of the tactical things going on, but it does give you a bit of the flavor of who's being hated on and who's liked these days.
Your area is a little louder, and then our area is a little bit more nosebleedy, but you do get the kind of the FIFA kind of experience where you almost want to grab a controller and start playing.
There was the guy next to me. I think he was there specifically to hate on Benitez.
Yeah.
Because he didn't sing any of the songs except the ones that were against Benitez. And he tried to start at least 2 or 3 times. And he got so upset that nobody was singing along.
At that point, you know he came with an agenda.
I think he did.
And
I think he did. He was very angry and very much focused on just Benitez. So,
There wasn't a ton of Benitez hate today, though.
There was one instance when it really picked up. I think when he kicked the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he knew it was gonna.
It was not a good looking kick.
You know, it was good that he sat down, though, because at a certain point, like, Conte was going into that touch area almost, so it was it's good that Rafa took a seat. It's a good idea.
Man's not hot.
What does that mean?
Big shot.
Well, I know. I'm trying to assimilate to this culture.
For all you
So,
hip hop fans out there, man's not hot. We know that.
All right, so we don't have the lineups in front of us, but we can kind of wing it. Chelsea, we're back to the 3-5-2 as
We're winging it.
we.
But you had
we've been
Courtois
trying-
between the
yeah,
sticks, which
as
was
always.
good to see. You know, then you also
He's tall.
had
It's a big shock.
Rudiger, Christensen,
Yeah.
and so Cahill on the bench to start.
Captain Azpilicueta.
Yeah, captain, which is nice. It's got a,
I don't.
it's got a
I
good
think
flavor
he's still.
to it.
I think he's still unbeaten as captain. There was a record going around that he's never lost as captain. But maybe that happened.
And it was good that he got a break though. And then you had the Drinkwater combination with Fabregas and Conte.
I enjoy the 3-man midfield with Drinkwater and Fabregas and Conte, of course. But, nice to have
alongside Victor Moses and Marcus Alonso,
Yes.
and then Hazard and Morata restored up top together too. There's your lineup for you.
Let's see. It's encyclopedic knowledge over here. What about Newcastle lineup?
Oh, fuck no.
Dwight Gale.
Dwight Gale
John Joe
scored.
Shelby.
Off the bench.
Yeah.
He was hard to miss because his shining head was like a beacon. Every
Matt
time
Ritchie
he was-
played. He was
Which one was he?
a player on that team, and that's how I know.
Well, I think for me, I think the big one was seeing Christensen obviously still staying in, but then Cahill not playing when he's healthy. I think that's something that we haven't really seen from Antonio Conte. Rudiger on the left. It's a little interesting because since he's right-footed, he brings the ball back into the middle, and if you counted the passes to him and Alonso, it's probably 4 or 5. And so I think that just that kind of dynamic is interesting, seeing Rudiger come in for Cahill. But look, he wants to rest some guys, and I think this shows that with Hazard coming off early and Fabregas coming off early, he's going to for the win at Atletico. He wants the top spot in Champions League.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's why he took off Christensen too, just to
Yeah.
save him for Tuesday night. and experiment with Cahill in the middle. We've only seen that once, and it did not work very well.
Not at all.
No.
Well, we know he can't play the right side, so we know that it's a left side option, and really not.
It's left side
Central's
only.
a bad idea.
But we see the right-footed thing is also with Cahill too. That's one of the problems, I guess you want to call it, with him
He's
playing
really
on the
good at
left.
Cruyffing from his right to
Oh
his
yeah,
left.
he loves that move. He loves that move.
We've started a new drinking game on the London is Blue podcast for how many unnecessary Cruyff turns that Cahill does.
Are there any necessary Cruyff turns?
There are times where he's getting pressed that, it is a nice little outlet play, but most of the time, I would say 80% of the Cruyff turns that Cahill does, not useless, or not useful, more useless. And we're going to start taking shots. So if we make it through the next match, good for us, ish.
DeMar says that's not hip hop, by the way. Man's not hot. So you guys are going to have to...
So, all right.
And it's
You have
another
to
beef. A beef
define,
would be hip hop.
define
Hip hop
hip-hop
battle, DeMar. Sir,
Um,
I clearly will win. Look at me.
I did think we favored the right side quite a bit today.
Absolutely.
All through everything went through Moses, and Drinkwater and Fabregas kind of rotated around.
Yep.
Alonso barely touched the ball. It seemed like
He
from
did.
where I was.
Not
sure.
Alonso was wide open a lot of the time, but he was on the opposite side, like you said. A lot of the play went through the right side. Fabregas drifted out to the right a lot to get it.
He was told to go there. That's the one thing I saw from my vantage point is Conte yelling at him in the second
go get
half
it
to
from
go
Moses.
wide. Yeah, to
Well-
go help him out because he kept drifting inside, and
Yep.
Moses was all isolated over there.
And obviously Moses coming back from injury, still this is his first start since then.
Yeah.
We aren't seeing what we want to see out of him, but he's got to make the mistakes and get in the game situations to react differently because you don't get that in training. Not his best performance again, but you can see the adjustments Conte is making, saying
That's better
Fabregas
than
go
last
get
I mean,
for sure.
assist though,
For sure.
nice
That's true.
assist.
Won the penalty.
Drew the penalty.
Won the penalty.
Like I said, a lot of times, just wait for it to all happen over 90 minutes. It's a long match, but it was at least good to see him back in there. He had the header as well. It was on frame, just at the goalkeeper. But
After the first 30 minutes, it's clear that he was kind of starting to feel it again. I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
he did one step over and kind of got past Newcastle player, and I think that cross that he put in, tremendous cross. I mean, it had enough pace on it to really make a difference for Alvaro Morata, and I think at the end of the match he was starting to feel himself a little bit, and that's a really good thing. I mean, Brandon yelled at me because I was getting pissed off about misplaced passes in the first half, and he just said he had to fight through it, and he did. And I think he's probably on the way back. I mean, I don't know what you think.
He looked quick from where I was standing, and just getting to that ball for the penalty was amazing. I didn't think that was on at all.
Yeah.
You can see the cut inside or the pass inside, and I can't believe he got there. So
well,
That's good.
I think that we should just seeing Eden Hazard in person is otherworldly.
It's a treat.
I want to put this out there because you think about it, Newcastle, I get they're in the bottom half of the table, but these guys are some of the best in the world at what they do, and Eden Hazard still they can't touch him. The way he turns, the way he moves, his vision and off the ball stuff, just again seeing it today. Remember when he just absolutely towards the end of the match just went right left and just craped it back across the guy.
Yeah.
He didn't slow down. Eden Hazard when he is at peak Hazard is unreal, and we got just another little taste test of it
Says
today.
twice now. He did that last time too when he tried to kind of wait for somebody to start
Yes.
moving, and nobody was moving. I was like, all right, fine,
Screw it, I'm gonna go. I'll take it.
So they took on 5 guys. Yeah, not bad. Yeah, they try to kick him a lot again.
Yep.
A couple of bad ones today.
Can we talk about the official running into the player? Which
Fabregas.
may have been.
I didn't really see what happened there. I thought Fabregas got tackled, and there's nobody around him.
He got tackled by the official.
Yeah.
It
Just
is-
laid him
it's
out.
To
bizarre.
be fair, it's a shoulder-to-shoulder challenge.
Yeah.
I think we're okay on that.
All I know is everybody around me started chanting "off" for the off.
He could have carded himself. That
Maybe
would've been
maybe the ref saw Fabregas' little vendetta against the referees over the years, and
He
Figured-
has.
Saw the opportunity.
yeah,
Just
figured
checked in.
this was his
We've
chance
seen
to get
him work
back
it
at him.
We've seen that a little bit in college football too. Some officials, running into
A
players.
little tripping, perhaps.
Yeah.
You're supposed to stay out of the way. You know?
So
Part of the
Part of the
pitch.
pitch. They are.
it is.
It was funny. He was laughing.
That was a
about it.
learned response right there. Part of the pitch.
Our script says that he is a part of the pitch. Yep.
Yeah.
No. Well, it was So it was a good day, I think. To me, watching the midfield three with Drinkwater, he looks like he's assimilated as well. I'm really happy with what we're seeing out of Drinkwater. He's playing some early balls out to Hazard. The guys are figuring it out. A lot of movement. But the midfield trio, it was good to see Fabregas kind of open up play again, having him rather than like Liverpool 2 matches ago where it was much more defensive. And it wasn't the 3-4-3, it was a 3-5-1-1. So my question to you guys in the live chat, does this mean Newcastle's a big team? Because we only play 3-4-3 for small teams. Allegedly. That's what people think.
I think we just have to practice 3-5-2. Yeah, it's all
I
about.
think it was more of a practice.
It's all. Yeah, this should have been a 4-5 to 6 nil game.
Shouldn't have been a 1.
Yeah, there shouldn't have been a 1.
That was a weird goal.
That was a Courtois kind of knocking it away, and then.
This was the attacking version of a 3-5-2, though. I mean, Drinkwater in for Bakayoko.
Drinkwater got forward a lot.
They rotated around because he popped up, then Fabregas popped up basically as a third forward, and when Bakayoko was on, that's all he played too. It's definitely the non-defensive 3-5-2. So
for sure.
Drinkwater was you could tell he was kind of drifting on that left side in the first half and was looking for the opportunity for Fabregas to play the ball kind of diagonally to him. There were a couple of times that run kind of worked a little bit, but Fabregas found Hazard on that run a lot. And I think that Morata kind of played back whenever Hazard was going forward just to be kind of available for him from a tactical standpoint. So that was good.
Shout out to Luke at Butcher's Hook. We know you're across the street. We'll see you at the Atlas, though, right?
Yes.
Yep.
I'm talking about.
Mark Worrell's book launch right now.
Right now. Ram likes to drink water as well.
I'm pretty sure these guys got kicked out of the Butcher's Hook last night. So.
No, that was the other people.
The other people. My bad.
The Butcher's Hook was a little rowdy last night with some from
we did get told by the waitress to stop banging on the table, in case you're wondering how raucous we got.
Whoops.
What else is the table for? There's a dude in the Matthew Harding upper that would bang on the boards. And there was one was loose, so it was making all the noise possible in the world. And I didn't realize we had drums, but then I finally was like, oh, he's banging on the...
That's where that is.
I was hoping,
other clubs can blame their drums on that too. The
I was hoping it wouldn't just start falling out of the stand because one rivet's already gone, so
for sure.
the guy's already banging on it over there. I'm like, not so cool.
Question for our British friends: Why are there no drums in the stadiums? Why? We have them at MLS, and that's a really accurate comparison.
Oh, the guy was saying next to
MLS.
was like,
really?
Soccer is really big now in the U.S. Huh? I'm like, oh wow, you're gonna even change the vernacular for me. I appreciate the cultural sensitivity.
I didn't understand football. Thanks for leveling up with me. We feel good now.
So I guess
they have drums at Crystal Palace, I think.
Yeah, they do.
They also have cheerleaders.
They have cheerleaders. Yeah. They have the crystals, so Crystal Palace is very inclusive.
Wow.
The crystals.
Yeah, it's because cheerleaders is definitely the sign of
inclusivity.
Yeah.
Oh, they're all male cheerleaders. That's the difference.
Well, what about? So I'm happy that they got turnaround is a 1-0 grind out. Chelsea looked much more dominant today after the slow start. So we're heading into Atletico, I guess, as far as you guys think. I'm assuming Conte, kind of by the looks of it today, he'll put out his strongest lineup. We're looking to get top of the group, but prediction-wise, I guess, what do you think that game will look like? Atletico obviously have to win to have any chance of not going to Europa League. I don't know. I guess
they don't want Thursday Night Football?
Who doesn't like Thursday Night?
Ideally, probably not. Outside of the NFL,
they probably hope that
Thursday
Carabao gets to Thursday night.
Inclusive of the NFL, there's no such thing as Thursday Night Football that is quality.
Right.
True.
That's fair.
Another debate. But anyways, David.
Agree to disagree.
Yeah. Atletico.
Can't wait for that Niners-Rams game. 3-3 heading into overtime.
A Chelsea Thursday Night Football podcast crossover.
That's
NFL edition.
Talk about your Seahawks.
I would say I personally think Antonio Conte will go 3-4-3 on Tuesday. I think.
Yes.
Is that to counter their 3 up top?
Well, and I think that you looked at Willian and Pedro being rested today. That's probably, we're getting into rotation season. Hazard had a pretty tough game out there today. Wouldn't surprise me if he came off the bench. And I think Morata will play up front. We might have Bakayoko back in, and who knows how many times he'll give the ball away.
It's not never. The song is
The song is
a myth.
The song
It is
has
a
to be
favorite.
retired.
There are two versions being sung. One was always. And one was a little harsh.
Little
And then
harsh.
sometimes is the more correct one, but that's too many syllables, so it doesn't really
It
work.
doesn't
out.
work with the.
He sometimes gives the ball away.
Yeah, it's not. It's
Not very
clean.
inspiring.
Yeah.
He's sometimes okay.
It's accurate. I mean, it's good. Yeah, I would.
Maybe it's like he keeps misplacing the ball today.
It's
Yeah.
syllables,
Don't
though.
justify it. Come on.
I bet you have Bakayoko, N'Golo Kante, and Fabregas in the midfield, and then I would say that I think Vic probably gets another start on Tuesday.
Vicmo? I think Zappacosta's back.
Think so?
I think we're gonna do.
Little Davide.
Yeah, just get him running and hope he does something decent.
I think you have Kennedy on the other wing.
Oh God, no, it's not
No.
happening.
Kidding.
Alonso
Obviously.
starting his 32nd consecutive
Yeah.
match this season.
Maybe that could explain why possibly he was taking it a little easy today. Just hanging out there on the left.
He looked
Yeah.
a little sluggish.
Yeah, he's like,
Can we
"Ah,
direct
it's fine."
all play away from
Yeah, please,
Alonso today?
please take right side.
Yeah.
Everyone
I'm
drifted in.
good here.
I mean, look, you're going in great form, great fitness. The only thing I'm concerned about 3-4-3 is maybe Hazard plays, but I mean, he's got 2 goals today. Could have had 3 if you want to stretch it to 4. Morata scored. I mean, I think that you definitely obviously have Morata leading the line, but I can see Pedro going in and Hazard as the wings, but obviously much more central, kind of that 3-4-2-1. But I don't see you not putting.
I mean,
Hazard in.
you could start Pedro up top and leave Hazard out for a little
The
bit.
problem is that none of those guys really could play in a 3-5-2. We don't we need
You're
somebody
right.
like Batshuayi back to really
Yeah.
start really rotating, because right now you can't play Pedro as a striker in a 2 or Willian.
Yeah.
So it's
We
kind of
saw
restricted
Hazard
in your,
Willian up top against City, and that was a
That did not
disaster.
work at
Kind
all.
of makes me think, though, maybe if they go 3-4-3, then maybe they'll put Conte and Drinkwater as the midfield pairing.
So then
Okay.
you lose
That makes
Fabregas.
sense,
Yeah.
I mean, look, a point's not the worst thing for Chelsea trying to get top of the group. But at the same time, you have momentum and chemistry going in the 3-5-1-1. Conte is known for not changing a successful recipe.
He is changing this year, though.
Yeah. He's adapted.
Constantly changing. He has the 3-5-2 for the league that he rotates back. The big lineup.
Yeah.
But then the midweeks and the easy games, we seem to. I mean, he kind of has to.
Yeah.
But look, you have Pedro and Willian running off the bench. We saw it midweek, even against Swansea. They went back to it, and it was... You can high press teams, especially like Atletico. When we went to Atletico, we were in that formation, and we did pin them back. Our wing backs did push high, and it caused some troubles. I mean, it was a tough match. But Atletico also haven't really taken off like we thought. So I think that if we can kind of pin them back, it'll be a great atmosphere, specifically because we'll be there and we'll be chanting.
That's right.
Well, so here's the other thing, though. So does Luis get a shot?
Not if
He's
he's
injured.
considered injured.
Yeah, it's
Injured? Yeah.
course.
Very interesting injury to just pop up after
Sometimes
after being
that,
dropped.
that
right?
water, that liquid in the knee just kind of
I think-
appears out of nowhere.
Hangnails are pretty tough,
Yeah.
And
Let's get a scope in there. Let's see what the
Yeah.
scope says.
He posted something. I saw him on his Instagram live. Had some him in a pool doing recovery.
Yep.
So at least he's playing along.
Yeah.
So if he's injured or not
He's actually
injured,
just swimming
yeah.
now. Like,
Whoa.
David, please.
He's going after the Willian kind of bicycle
Yeah.
kick. He's
It-
like version 2.
It is all credit though to Christensen for making us kind of almost forget
Yeah,
that we
exactly.
have
Yeah.
Luis on as a backup option.
Certainly would be a much bigger deal if Christensen suddenly wasn't the best defender in
Yeah.
the clubs.
I think the quote often from Joe Tweez is that Christensen is the player that everyone wants to think that Stones from City is, and I think clearly just showing tactical maturity well beyond his age.
Yeah, I mean, just he doesn't put a foot wrong, and he always sees his outlet.
And what about the one time he ran half the length of the pitch to and that's just perfect through ball to whoever it was. And I forget.
He hit the
exactly.
triangle real well there. Just with the.
I don't get your FIFA references.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to help out. I'm trying to make it hip for the kids.
It's a Y button on Xbox.
Yeah, it's true.
Nobody plays that.
Multi-platform.
What are you talking
PlayStation.
about? Just the rest of the world.
All right.
Comment in the all of our 49 viewers, Xbox or PS4. I want to see your comments, and we're going to settle this thing once and for all. It's Xbox, obviously. Just put the right.
Someone
answer in.
suggesting that if we had Tammy, that would have been a good thing.
It would indeed be a useful thing right now, but
We're sitting at two
is-
strikers.
it is what it is.
We went all season last year with only 2 strikers. Obviously, Misha getting hurt, you're down to really 1. But he's back on the bench, I believe, today. So you assume
Was he?
I think he was. I thought I heard over the loudspeaker.
Yep.
Sorry if
Hey,
I'm wrong,
good.
but you assume
Then
he's at
he'll-
least
he'll
got
get the
30.
start.
Right, he's got
Perfect.
30, 45 minutes in
Yeah.
him fitness because you're not going to put someone on the bench they can't put in a half.
Look, we just got to protect everybody's hamstring. Like that is the one injury that keeps on, finding its way back to the top every season. So
You know that weird tape that they put on hamstrings? Can we
Kinesio.
can we put that on everybody's hamstring?
preventive.
Even if
I know
you're
David
healthy.
Luiz always had tape on his knee, and
Yeah.
clearly it's only gotten him
Well,
into the doghouse.
thanks to Aguero, maybe.
Yes, yes. Thank you, 5 Second Angry.
PS4 all day, we got 1 vote.
All right,
Yeah.
it's settled.
Sorry, done and dusted.
All right,
everyone.
sample size of 1.
Hey, it's more than 0. All right, so I guess we're gonna call it a day because we gotta run off to the Atlas.
Yep. Mark Worrell's book launch. You
So,
should absolutely pick his book up. Do
Come
it.
come find us there. If you don't see us there,
We'll be at the Chelsea
we'll be
Pensioner
at
afterwards
Pensioner.
for a little cross podcast with the Chelsea fan cast and the Wendell's Blue team.
There will be no beers consumed.
There'll be lots.
0 with a number in front of it. All right. If you watched any of this or all of it, thank you for watching. And we'll be doing something similar maybe before the Atletico game.
Yep.
I like it.
Yeah.
Talk
Let's do it.
talk a little lineups and stuff like that. So thanks for watching, and come find us around here. Bye bye.
Cheers.